When we think of the New World before European exploration, we tend to think of a place where everyone got along and lived in perfect harmony with the environment around them. However, Native Americans were no different from others around the world in that humanity never leads to this idealized utopia. While we have pinned the label of Native Americans on those who lived in the Americas before European exploration and colonization, they did not view themselves as one large people group. Instead, they saw themselves as a nation or tribe of Cherokee, Iroquois, Comanche, Apache, Sioux, Cheyenne, Arapaho, Creek, and so on. Because they did not view themselves as one people, they did not always work together or get along. Many Native American tribes had traditional enemies that they were at war with long before Europeans arrived. Even after Europeans arrived, many of them remained more concerned with their traditional enemies than the newcomers. We often associate a decline in health of Native Americans with the arrival of Europeans, and while it is true that they brought new diseases, disease and sickness did already exist in the New World. For example, tuberculosis, herpes, polio, tick-borne fevers, and dysentery could be found here before exploration. In fact, native populations experienced epidemics before Europeans came to the New World. Archaeological digs of 65 burial sites have actually shown that native health was in decline before Columbus's discovery. Europeans did bring disease with them, such as smallpox, measles, typhus, and scarlet fever, while Native Americans were kind enough to send syphilis back to Europe. So does the decline in native health mean that European introduction of disease was not significant? Absolutely not. This was significant, but it is important to note that their health was already in decline and that this likely contributed to why new diseases, such as smallpox, to which they had no immunity, had such a serious and deadly impact on their civilization. Another important thing to note is that there were some very advanced civilizations in the New World prior to Europeans arriving, some even rivaling what existed in Europe. The more advanced civilizations were typically found in Central and South America, likely because of their earlier adoption of agriculture revolving around the cultivation of corn. This allowed them to become sedentary and grow their civilization. When Europeans began to arrive in the 16th and 17th centuries, they were welcomed differently according to the tribe they encountered. The Aztecs first welcomed Hernando Cortez as a god, while the Powhatan tribe greeted the settlers of Jamestown with arrows from the woods and violence. Further north, the Pilgrims in Plymouth survived their first winter and adapted their farming techniques to their new land with the help of Squanto and his tribe. Native Americans were a very diverse people who faced many of the same issues that civilizations in Europe and other parts of the world faced. Truly understanding what the Americas and native populations looked like before European exploration is very important to understanding the impact of colonization on the Americas and the people who already resided here.